Should be recording. To remove the map lock. Yeah, so this is the new hero, Hoodwink. His first ability, Acorn Shot. Basically, you can target either single target an enemy hero or the ground to spawn a tree, which will still hit the procs, or you can directly shoot at them, which also gives crit. I don't know, there's a single difference. This synergizes really well with the second ability, Bushwhack, whatever you want to call it. Basically, if the nearby trees target an area, they will get rooted or stunned. Zombie is like quick evasion. Gives you evasion, gives you movement speed. It's basically Klink's old strafe. His ultimate, you basically have a charge up, and you can press R again to charge it to release it, and it will do a burst damage to a maximum of 1400. See, the range is pretty significant. Let's me. Where is the link? Let me just spawn a hero here. Good old friend Axe. See it better. Well, let's give him some HP first. Too hard, that should be fine. We'll give them a break, and they'll be slowed for the entire duration of 6 seconds. And also, one thing with Scory, if you pick the talent tree, Scory Camouflage, so whenever you're next to a tree and standing still, you'll become invisible. Now, there's also some new items here. We have, this is all the new jungle items. This is not the jungle item, this is just wrong texture or something. So we have first, Shepherd West, 3.5 HP regen. Every time you attacked, you return 26 damage and damage to creep. It's almost like a tiny blade mail. Here is Trinket, 100% health, 5% spell damage, 5% mana cost reduction. Could be neat for the early game for spellcasters. Possessed Mask gives you 7 stats to your primary attribute and heals the attacker for 7% of the attack damage. And now we go to second tier. We have Bullwhip and a Quicksilver Amulet. Bullwhip gives you regen, HP, and mana. Grants you movement speed, which is the active one. And yeah, when you cast an enemy, it lasts for 5 seconds. Quicksilver, movement speed, attack animation speed, attack projectile speed, and general, all increasing the attack speed in general. Gives you also a little bit of movement speed. Now we go to third tier. We have Ceremonial Robe, Cloak of Flames, Psychic Headband. Mana, resistance, status, 5 armor, magic, burns enemy around you per second. We can show that. So it's like a tiny radiance. Just target enemies unit away from you. So I guess yeah, this is like Hurricane Pipe. Now we go to fourth tier, Trickster Cloak, Stormcrafter, Penta Edge Sword, magic resistant, 20 evasion, you become invisible for 6 seconds is the active. It's pretty neat, it's like a mini glimmer cape. Stormcrafter, Cyclone, it's to quickly debuff yourself in a way. And it zaps enemies nearby, the Mjolnir proc. Penta Edge, 45%, 45 damage, 20 attack speed, and range for melees only. So this is really good for Monkey King and all the other melee heroes that want to have more range. It's like a broom handle but better. Reduces hero movement speed by 20% and attack speed by 60% for 3 seconds. That's Now we go to 5th tier. We have Book of the Shadows, which is gives you 12 to all attributes and 400 night vision. The target is or ally or yourself becomes untargetable, but also silenced, muted, and disarmed for 3 seconds. Applies a basic dispel. So this could be really good against people who, for example, let's say Axe here. Oh, sorry, later. Axe, for example, he attacks. But it is on me. I can dispel myself, but I won't be able to do anything. It's like I'm disarmed, I'm muted, I'm silenced. You basically shut down that player. Now the second tier 5 is Giant Ring. 40 strength, 60 movement speed, model scale. This will just increase your overall and scale of your hero. And the passive is like a mini epic center around you. And it is according to your strength. So this is really good for offlaners, Centaur especially, also Sanking. Yeah. Let's go now over to the items. Let's go first with the blinks. We have now new blinks, so you can actually specialize your blink dagger now to 3 different blink daggers. We have overwhelming blink, with blink, and arcane blink. What arcane blink does, just like normal blink, you can blink. You have 25 intelligence to go with it. After teleporting, you gain 25% ability cooldown reduction and 50% cast point reduction. And it cannot be used for 3 seconds after taking damage from an enemy hero, just like normal blinks. Overwhelming blink, you gain plus 25 strength. After teleporting, all enemies in an AoE has 50% movement speed slowed and 50% attack speed slowed. 6 seconds and take damage equal to 200% plus 100% of your strength. This again really strong for offlaners, really strong for Sanking for example. And yeah, I will show you here. It's like a mini burst and it slows not only attack speed but also movement speed, which is really good for offlaners. It will help you a lot in teamfight. Now Swift Blink, what pretty much every carry wants to have, gives you face boots effect, which is face, represent face, which means you can walk through units, and it grants you attack speed and attack damage for 6 seconds. Let's put the book here. Now we have some new items here, new actives. We have Falcon Blade, gives you some solid stats, 10 damage, 150 health, 1.6 mana regen, something special. Let's go to Windwalker. Wind Waker is like a Jewel Scepter, pretty much. And you cannot use Jewel Scepter combined with this because they will share the cooldown. So for example, I use it on Axe, you see, it will share a cooldown. What difference is, maybe so difference is the stats and yeah, overall Windwalker seems like just a better version of Jewel Scepter. They both have the Cyclone, which has the same duration, 1.5 seconds, but both have basic dispel, both have the same range, and damage when they fall from Jewel Scepter. Differences in stats. Jewels of Divinity gives you 10 intelligence, 3.5 mono regen, 20 movement speed, while Wind Waker gives you 50 movement speed, 6 mono regen, 35 intelligence. This is just overall a better Jewel Scepter. This is a power creep of Jewel Scepter of Divinity. Now let's go to Glipnir. Glipnir is quite an interesting item. It gives you 30 damage, 20 intelligence, 12 strength, 12 agility. You target an area in a big AoE or radius, you will root players for 2 seconds and deal 220 damage. The passive is Chain Lightning, after we cast this. Ah, sorry, when I attack. When I attack, I have the Mjolnir proc dance, as you see there in the text. Anyways, let's go to the next one. Eternal Shroud. Eternal Shroud is basically a Hood of Defiance, but better. 20% magic resistance. Wait, let us pick it up. Has the same amount of magic resistance, same amount of HP regen, but compared to Hood of Defiance, Eternal Shroud has 20% spell lifesteal and 4% spell lifesteal against creeps. And they both have almost the same, while Hood of Defiance has Barrier, blocks 325 magical damage and lasts for 12 seconds. Eternal Shroud has the power Shroud, which absorbs 400% of magic damage, converting damage taken into mana. So that's quite important to take. All the damage you take, it becomes mana after 12 seconds. So overall, a pretty nice item. Now we have Fluffy Hat, nothing much to say, it gives you 125 HP. Now this is not a jungle item, it just has the wrong texture. Orb of Corrosion. Orb of Corrosion ability by Orb of Venom, Blight Stone, and Fluffy Hat. It passive deals 3 damage per second, reducing armor by 3 and slowing movement speed by 30% if the equipped hero is melee, or by 4% if they are range. So a better version of Orb of Venom, a quite expensive one, just to add. And oh yeah, we forgot to cover the last blades here. Let's put it back here. Witchblade, 35% attack speed, 12 in. Sorry for saying percent. I'm getting confused. I want to do this video quickly. 35 plus attack speed, 12 plus intelligence, 6 plus armor, plus 300 projectile speed. Projectile speed is mostly for range heroes, where the projectile they shoot lands a lot faster. Anyways, the passive of it causes your next attack to apply a poison for 3 seconds and slowing them by 25% and dealing 1 times your intelligence as damage for every second. So this might be a really good item for our friend Storm Spirit. But we have even a better one that will counter Storm Spirit, so to speak. Plus 20% magic resistance, plus 20 agility, plus 20 damage. Passive places a debuff when you attack the enemy, causing them to do less spell damage by 35% for 4 seconds. Really nice, really quick. And that's all the new items. This is a new hero. If you're wondering the talents, here they are. Yeah, Bushwalk cooldown, 175 HP, 14 agility, Scory camouflage. Scory camouflage is probably the best one. I just want to point it out. Then you have -5 corruption, just like PA, and a sharpshooter faster projectile charge time. And then you have the 25, which is sharpshooter, your ultimate, turns to pure damage and pierces spell immunity, or have 2 acorns. Why do you want acorns? Well, pretty much this. Basically coconut, but with crit. So if we level up this guy to max, as you see, quite a lot of damage. Let's just reset them and you can see the amount of damage exactly. We have 2 acorn shot. We don't need it to shoot them directly, because you can shoot the ground and you'll still hit them. As you see, this will actually wreck a team fight, dealing 1300 damage. Now let's do it. Wait, where's the Quelling Blade? Hold on a second. You can also cast it just straight to the enemy hero. There's no noticeable difference. And like I said, W is like a root, but it needs to be next to trees, and the trees will highlight whenever you can. And they get dragged towards the tree as well. That's good to point out. So this could be really good for heroes that like to run around next to trees. The biggest counter to Hoodwink I see, just from the looks of it, would be Timbersaw, considering he can chop down trees, and others probably like Nyx or players that can burst down Hoodwink. Not to mention, Hoodwink is quite vulnerable when he's using his ultimate. Of course, he can release it, but it doesn't, and it doesn't kill creeps. Just good to mention. And yeah, that's about Hoodwink. I'll see you in the match. Goodbye and have a good one.